My name's Ed Hernandez. I live in San Francisco, California. I began the music program not by looking to start a music program. I was looking to get involved in the community through music because all through my life, through high school and college, I did music. And I went into, I was a computer science major, graduated, was a software engineer, and then there was no more music. And years went by and there was sort of that void, and I was looking to get involved, and that's what I wanted to do. And I did tutoring through my company and with a local middle school. And so I thought, I got a good idea. How about we get a little private music tutoring program going on with people like me in the city who want to volunteer some hours to help these kids learn, because it's an expensive thing, and I know that schools, some of these schools here, less fortunate schools, won't have the money to do that. So I went and I talked to a friend of mine at San Francisco School Volunteers and said, hey, let's go start a like a tutoring program, a private lesson program at this Horseman Middle School. And he was like, that sounds like a really cool idea. Let's talk to one of the teachers there. And we talked to him, and he says, wow, yeah, that is really cool, but we don't have a music program. And so the three of us and another volunteer started getting together, talking about what we could do. And we're like, well, why don't we just get some instruments and just teach what we know to these kids, give them something. And we're like, wow, okay, this could be fun. And so we started last October, I believe, and we scrounged around for instruments, brought in our own. Some of them were made, percussion instruments were like just created, and just started it off, and it was just the four of us. And so we were teaching percussion, I was teaching saxophone and guitar. And then we got some more donations, we got more instruments, and we started reaching out to different people to help out. And throughout the year, it grew from a 1 day a week during lunch program to a 2 day a week during lunch program with all sorts of instruments, from saxophone, clarinet, violin, piano, drum set, all sorts of things. And we were practicing twice a day, or twice a week, and it all came together beautifully. And finally, at the end of the year, we just had a big performance and concert, and all the kids were up on stage at their graduation and playing. It was awesome. Well, there's myself, and you know my story. There was my friend Joseph, who works for San Francisco School Volunteers, so he does a lot of the community involvement stuff. And Stino, we call him Jeff Stino, he's one of the teachers there. And Darren, who is another volunteer at the school teaching and doing lots of different things, who also plays in the San Francisco Community Music Center, and just loves music too, and so it's just really wanted to be a part of it. So the four of us had our different things that we contributed, like Joseph helps arrange a lot of the coordination, because we can do that, and especially fundraising and everything, we were able to do that through San Francisco School Volunteers, which helps a lot. Stino is helping out at the school and coordinate everything with those kids there and getting everything else set up there. I was getting lots of volunteers from my company and from friends and family, and Darren is a great percussionist, and so he did a lot of the leading on the percussion and organizing the songs that we played, and really driving that aspect of it. I think it meant a little something different to each kid, but one in particular, my kid Daniel, he was one of those kids that we got by having it be open. I noticed him at the end of our rehearsals that he'd kind of be standing there and just watching a little bit, and then I'd notice him and he'd run off. And so one day my kids, the kids that I was teaching, had a soccer game or something like that. They couldn't be there. And so I saw Daniel in detention, and I went up to the teacher. I said, hey, I think Daniel wants to play saxophone. I see him around. You think I could take him out and, and teach him a little bit? And she goes, yeah, it's a great idea. Go ahead. So I went up to him and said, hey, I talked to your teacher, and I talked her into letting me get you out of detention, but you gotta come play saxophone for a little bit. And he's like, no, I don't want to play. And I said, come on, come play. We'll just do it once. You don't like it, you never have to do it again. He came up, and I spent 20 minutes with him, and he learned faster than any of the other kids that I was working with. And at the end of that lesson, his next question was, when are you coming back? There's lots of ways that people can contribute to it, and it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be instruments, but it can be coming out and actually volunteering yourself. So if you're in San Francisco, if you have an instrument that you used to play in high school and you just held on to it because it's kind of cool, but you're not getting the usage out of it, or you're interested in the cause and want to donate, you can contact me on my email at edward.hernandez@gmail.com. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be, but in my career and in just life, it's gonna be along the same lines as what I did with this. And it's gonna be using the skills that I believe I have, I'm not gonna go, but of organizing and of, bringing people together and working towards a common goal, and taking that to the next level in my career here. So, hopefully running a company and doing something that I just really believe in and love the technology behind it and everything, and out in the volunteering world too. I mean, that's become a huge part of my life, and that's gonna continue. And so to grow this music program, get it out of just one school and get it into multiple, and just continue doing the same thing with friends and family and, people around me. I guess I'm goal oriented. So, I get something in my head, whether it's a challenge or something, and that's really what gets me going. And I set those things myself, and I want to do things that help the people around me. So I think what really drives me is helping people, whether it's like at work, just helping people out with a problem they're having, whether it's with my family, like working out situations and like my brother and sister arguing, or whether it's helping out the kids at Horseman with the music program. And it's those goals of all based around helping people that really get me going.